Wait till you hear this crazy relatable story that is probably holding you back like it did for me. So once upon a time, there was this kid. And this kid was also an entrepreneur. He was also a winner and wanted to do great in life. And this kid, currently at the time, was doing better than me. And this was when I was a lot younger, like 4 years ago, and I had a huge ego. And the ego clouded my judgment. And so this kid was winning more than me, and it bothered me. But I also looked up to it. I admired it. It bothered me in a competitive way, not in a negative way. I've never been the envious, jealous type. I've always been the, wow, that's awesome, I gotta get better type. And this guy gave me some really quality advice. But to be honest, I didn't want to hear it at the time. It was the right advice, but it rubbed me in the wrong way because of my ego. And this is what the ego does. It just clouds your judgment. And so I knew his advice and I knew I should take it because I knew it was right. But for whatever reason, my ego just didn't let me accept it and use the advice. I remembered it. I still remembered it till this day. But since he was my age, my ego was like, why take his advice even if it's right? See how delusional that sounds? Why take his advice? He's my age too. He's an entrepreneur and he's also my age. So what does he know? But then this like truth-seeking side of me knew that it resonated and that it was real and right. And so instead of taking his advice and getting better and learning from someone who's doing better than me, since he was the same age, my ego got in the way and caused me to not even listen to the advice or take it and get better from it. And instead, I had to learn the hard way after a couple years after that to take his advice. You see what the ego does? Remind your ego so you don't get held back that there are people younger than you or your age that are on higher levels than you that can give you advice that can actually help you get better in that area. Or allow your ego to keep clouding your judgment and not get better for it. It's up to you. But if you want to win, if you want to get better, if you want to be the best possible version of yourself, you got to get rid of your clouded ego judgment. You got to dampen that ego and accept truth when you hear it, no matter the age. Real recognize real. Real winners recognize when other winners are winning more than them and they could take advice from it. If you want to win, if you want to do big things, if you want to live a long, happy, fulfilled life and help and inspire millions of people, or even just a lot of people, and be your best possible self, be careful not to let Mr. Ego get in the way. Try this out. Don't make the same mistakes I did.